Good morning, good afternoon, whatever you want to call it. Welcome back to the Jamez Report. Last night I dropped a video about NXT Vengeance Day, but we're not going to talk about that. What I really want to talk about is how Kurt Angle in his Kurt Angle show, which is very good, by the way. Say hello to the people, Marvin. That's my little boy, Marvin, right there. The Kurt Angle Show, which is a new podcast, a new wrestling podcast. If you guys haven't seen it, haven't gone check it out, go check it out on Podcast One. Apple Podcasts, I believe it's on. I also get it on Spotify. You don't get the episodes live, I don't think, but you still get them, but you get the point. So Kurt Angle, there's going to be a lot of stories that's going to be coming out on Kurt Angle because he's going to be revealing things maybe he hasn't revealed before. You're going to be seeing things that maybe you haven't seen before. So it's a great listen. The first episode is about Brock Lesnar. But that's my plug for the Kurt Angle Show. What I want to talk about is his retirement match at WrestleMania 35. Those of you who know that he had a retirement match back at WrestleMania 35, because I just told you for one. And two, it was against none other than Baron Corbin at the time, nowadays called King Corbin. And Kurt Angle was very vocal at the time, and he still talked about it today, about he really didn't want to have Baron Corbin be the one to face him. It wasn't because Baron Corbin was not a great worker. He even goes on to say in this article that I just read, I'm not crazy about wrestling Baron, not only was because of his status at the time, and don't get me wrong, Baron was a great worker and very professional. He was a great worker I just don't think at the time he was at the level to be a main eventer or a wrestling Hall of Famer. Maybe, I actually agree with that comment because I didn't think it should have been Baron Corbin to retire Kurt Angle. It should have been someone who really could have used the push. I mean, don't get me wrong, Baron Corbin could have used the push. He did need the push. But Baron Corbin, I don't know what it is about him, guys. I really don't. It's like he just doesn't have that. He don't put butts in seats. Whenever WWE opens back up, you're not going to listen to him, and you're not going to see Baron Corbin, most likely. If he's there, he's there. If he's not, he's not. At least for me, that's the way I feel about the whole ordeal. And even after that match, Baron Corbin hasn't picked up much speed. Yes, he won King of the Ring. Yeah, he's got this new persona, but has he won any championship gold? He hasn't even won the tag team championships since that WrestleMania 35 match. So what, yeah, he needed the push, but why is he not a champion? Why is he not a tag team champion? Why has he not won the United States Championship or the Intercontinental Championship? Yes, they use him as a heel. He's a fantastic heel. I don't know if he'll ever get to be a babyface. I don't know if he's a natural heel, I think, at that. So I don't know if you'll ever get to see me a babyface. But, before we move on any further, what do you guys think? Did you guys like the match with Kurt Angle and Baron Corbin? Do you think it was the right call by Vince McMahon? Because it was Vince McMahon's call that Baron Corbin would face Kurt Angle to retire him. And it wasn't that McMahon said, Kurt, you need to retire. It was Kurt Angle's choice because Kurt Angle knew that he was going to be... He was getting slower. He was 50 years old. He was in his 50s, and he knew he was slowing down. He was in pain. The guy won by the way, if you guys don't know this, Kurt Angle won the Olympics with a broken freaking neck. And he competed at WrestleMania 19 against Brock Lesnar with a broken freaking neck. Not totally broken, but it was pretty broken. And the fact that he was able to do that match was amazing. And he almost broke Brock Lesnar's freaking neck. By telling me to do that moonsault off the top of the shooting star press. If you guys like this content, hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button so you never miss a video. I'm gonna be doing up-to-date videos as soon as news drops, and I think it's YouTube worthy to drop that news. I'm going to be giving it to you, the people. Now, why Kurt Angle wrestled Corbin was because of McMahon. Who did Kurt Angle want to wrestle was none other than John Cena. Mr. You can't see me. And here recently, we haven't been able to see John at all. But Kurt Angle expressed, I wanted to face John because, and what he told Vince was, I kickstarted John Cena's career. It's only fitting that I return the favor and let him end mine. When you think of Stone Cold Steve Austin, speaking of WrestleMania 19, when you think of Stone Cold Steve Austin, his retirement match was against The Rock. And The Rock would shortly leave WWE after that match and go to Hollywood. But they wrestled each other, Stone Cold, I'm talking about, and The Rock, 3 times at WrestleMania. Stone Cold went over on The Rock twice, so Stone Cold wanted to return the favor and let Rock, because they have a great friendship, retire him in return at WrestleMania to put him over, to return the favor. As a wrestler, you want to leave the business better than the way you found it. It's a great analogy. It's a great way to look at things. Nonetheless, so I agree with Kurt Angle. It should have been John Cena. I would have loved to see John Cena. I can't think of anyone better to retire Kurt Angle than John Cena. I know. John Cena's accomplished a lot. So did he really need the push? No. So if it wasn't going to be Baron Corbin and it wasn't going to be John Cena, talents at the time that could have used that push, it could have been anybody. Seth Rollins. It could have been Dean Ambrose, who is at AEW now, is Jon Moxley. Heck, even Roman Reigns. I mean, there's a lot of people that you could think of that needed that push, and maybe they was trying to get Baron over, but Baron just cannot get really over, in my opinion. That's my personal opinion. So let me ask you this. Leave it in the comments below. Who do you think Kurt Angle should have wrestled at WrestleMania 35 to retire him? And why do you think they needed that push? Or do you agree that Baron Corbin needed that push? And tell me why you think Baron Corbin was the right choice. Leave that in the comments below. I promise you we'll have a conversation about it. Just explain yourself. There ain't no reason to be shy. I'm going to keep reading up on the news. By the way, it was said that if Kurt Angle would have wrestled one more year at WrestleMania 36, it would have been John Cena, or it could have likely been John Cena. But Kurt Angle knew his body couldn't handle wrestling anymore. So you can't blame the guy on that. When you stop having fun at doing whatever it is, it's usually time to hang the boots up or call it a day. So that all being said, hit that like, hit that subscribe button. Let me know what you guys think. Hit the share button. Let your friends know about this page. And thank you guys very much. Leave your comments below. And I promise you I will get to them. Thank you and God bless.